make it any more powerful?
No.
Because the thing is, it keeps stopping.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well...
And you say you don't, and I don't believe you. Are you putting anything on here or not bothering?
Nah.
You're going in weaponless?
Yeah.
No, seriously?
That's not where the weapon goes anyway.
Well, what goes there then?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's just a part
why
of the
is that there then?
Well, we ran out of metal. It's meant to be a bit higher.
Oh.
So we had to poke it out the top.
Run out of metal and plastic.
Well, quick, cut a hole in the top.
Yeah, that's what we did. Yeah.
We needed some chewing gum or something to put in there.
Well, who knows what's going to happen in there with this lot.
Expectancy rises, and with it, the teams the Dark Destroyer and T2.
Robotwars, stand by.
The Dark Destroyer, will the blade stop? Will it work? Robin, Chris and Neil Dark. And T2, Rupert and Chris Weeks and Ken Frost in the team.
2, 1, activate.
A speedy start expected by T2. A little bit slower than we thought, actually. Oh, and look, the blade has been mended on the front of the Dark Destroyer from the earlier battle with Sgt Meikle. Just denting, perhaps, the top of T2. Ooh, Dead Metal waits on the CPZ! Clever driving, pushing the Dark Destroyer into the grip of Dead Metal. And now look at the blade on the Dead Metal camera. Cutting to the heart of the Dark Destroyer. The eyes look menacing. T2's eyes gleam ferociously. The flame licks at the back of the Dark Destroyer. No damage, really, though. Side by side, they duel. Now, the blades can't cause damage there. As long as T2 stays to the side of the Dark Destroyer, it'll be out of harm's reach. Ooh, Dark Destroyer just away from the house robot there in the corner. They've got to stay away from that blade, T2. But how can they cause damage? Yes, it is agile, speedy, but lacks a little bit of cutting-edge T2! And now, ooh, just away from the pincer-like grip of Dead Metal. It's very cautious. A conservative battle, this. T2. Perhaps just trying to edge the Dark Destroyer towards a pit or a house robot, getting in underneath now. This is where they could cause damage. If they can turn the Dark Destroyer, they're now up on top of the Dark Destroyer and in danger of being flipped themselves. So just off the back of the Dark Destroyer they come. Away from the flame. Meanwhile, the Dark Destroyer, there's young Neil at the controls, trying to get in on the attack themselves. Once more, the blade pushed away by T2, and the blade stops. And now the T2 team can attack themselves. Jeez. Very close, this one, for the judges. Very, very close. Get out of there, Matilda. Really, so difficult to pick this one. T2 driving the Dark Destroyer onto the arena wall. And just when they might have been flipped, ducking away from danger. Burning the Dark Destroyer, sustaining some damage. There, the blade trying to create damage. T2 just away from Dead Metal. Poor driving to get themselves in there in the first place. Damage style, control and aggression, the factors the judges are looking for. T2 doing the work.
Well, we have a decision from our judges. It's a split decision, 2-1. There's a bit of controversy here. They've gone for the Dark Destroyer.
It's a controversial decision.
It certainly is, isn't it? It was close, though. It was close.
I mean, it came through on aggression. I've done a little bit of research.
Oh, right.
And it came through mainly on aggression, on the fact that their weapon was much more aggressive.
Oh, right.
And we did talk, didn't we, before you went in, about you not really having any weapons.
Well, yeah.
And sadly, that's what it came
if we
to.
put a little whip on the back then, do you think?
Well, if
that
you'd
might have swung it. That might have swung it.
You'd had maybe more active weaponry that would have swung it at the end of the day when it was such an even match. And they kind of inflicted quite a bit of damage on the front.
Yeah, but the red eyes were scary, weren't they?
I thought so.
Yeah, I thought so too. Absolutely.
Hey. Fair fight, wasn't
it's very even. Yeah. But did you see the damage on there?
Yes, I did. And I pointed it out. Now don't start.
You tell him, Phillipa. T2 had the scary eyes. That's just the team members, though. They're out. The Dark Destroyer through to meet Gravedigger in the heat final.
It's all been quite peaceful so far, but now's the third and final round. Let's kick some bottom.
Well, at this crucial stage in the proceedings, I'd like to say that the tension's running really high here in the pits. But sadly, it's not because they're all too laid back. The Dark Destroyer, how are you feeling?
Fine.
Yeah, exactly. Gravedigger, how are you feeling?
Definitely fine.
This does nothing for the drama of the moment.
And this is how they got to the final. The Dark Destroyer beating Sgt Meikle, first of all. He went to the judge's decision. And then T2, likewise. The Dark Destroyer's weaponry. Crucial, the more aggressive of the two robots, the judges thought. And Gravedigger, flipping Manic Mutant. Then the shock so far, beating Mortis. Immobilised Mortis into the pit. Arthur Chilcott loved it. His team were out, though. And Gravedigger then sustained punishment from the House Robots. Now, how crucial will that be in the heat final?
Robotiers, stand by.
Gravedigger. You can see the scratches, the dents, the patches on the Gravedigger team. Dave Chapman, Johnathan Chaplin, and the Dark Destroyer.
3.
Another father and son team. Robin Dark and Chris at the controls. Dads and lads in the final. Gravedigger. Just coming in underneath the Dark Destroyer and trying to use its lifting arm. The blade scratching really at the surface of Gravedigger, no more than that. Taking a knock on the staring eyes. The weapon here on the front of the Dark Destroyer is all important in this final. So too the lifting arm of the Gravedigger. And Chris Dark knew that and steered the Dark Destroyer away from the front of a wedge-shaped, coffin-shaped Gravedigger. Look at the scratches on the side there from the rotor arm. That rotor arm of the Dark Destroyer. So important, powered by a mini starter motor. Onto the pit of flame they go. The Dark Destroyer, and into the clutches of dead metal, trying to drag the Dark Destroyer back into its CPZ, into its lair, and create more mayhem and mechanical nuisance and devilry. Scarring the Dark Destroyer, living to fight on, though. Replace this, of course, in the series semi-finals. The Dark Destroyer spinning madly, like a maddened top, but going nowhere. In comes the Gravedigger. Needs to get that lifting arm into use. In towards the corner, trying, you see, to push the Dark Destroyer into the grip of dead metal. Bottom of your picture. Again, a very, very tight and tense heat final. And there, the lifting arm flipping the Dark Destroyer up, but not over. Dead metal pinning down the rotor blade. But the Dark Destroyer, with speeds up to 6 miles an hour, gets away once again. Gravedigger waits. Just has a moment's thought. Scratched and scarred. Ooh, look at that scar around the side. Patched up. Bloodied and bruised. But edging the Dark Destroyer towards the arena wall, and at the same time steering itself away from that blade. Well, it may look bizarre, the blade, but it's been effective throughout all the heat. And from the shunt camera, we can see there the Dark Destroyer flipped up and over, and now sustaining punishment on its underbelly from shunt. This is crucial. This is a crucial moment in the heat final. Up and over the Dark Destroyer. Now the rotor blade is entirely useless. They know it. They think it's all over for them, and it is. The Dark Destroyer here. And look at Gravedigger. Well, how cocky can you get? They're taking on Sergeant Bash. The Dark Destroyer boys know they're out of it. Ooh, and they're not going to have much left of their robot, I think. In comes dead metal. Slicing into the bodywork. Very dangerously near those tyres as well. The sparks flying away from the Dark Destroyer. They're spark out. What must it be like? You spent weeks and weeks preparing your robot, getting it honed and ready, and then it's just shredded. How sad. How marvellous. This is what we dream about in our bot beds, Gravedigger the winners. We love the punishment. Love it.
Gravedigger with a clear win, flipping Dark Destroyer. Gravedigger through to our series semi-finals. They say it never rains, but it always pours. But we reign supreme on Robot Wars. Bye-bye.